Hello, good people. Hello, and welcome back to another car conversation or Make America Think Again with Shaunavonn, depending upon where you can hear my voice, whether you're seeing me here on YouTube or you're out there in the podcast world and just listen to the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, so we have a couple of really important things that we need to talk about, and I'm going to try to break this up and break it down for you so you can fully understand what is happening and what transpired this week. Down below, you can see my name there, and then you have IG at Shaunavonn, V as in victory, O as in orange, N as in Nancy, N as in Nancy. It's the same thing for Facebook. And then also you have my Cash App there at the bottom. So if you'd like to bless a sister, bless a sister. Um, so the arresting, let me start there. The arresting of Mayor Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, the mayor of the largest city in New Jersey. I know for sure, most of you have probably seen the videos that have been all over social media. Depending upon which news outlet that you like to watch, you may have received the truth and seen a full uncut untampered video. And if you listen to or watch some other news outlets, you might have gotten a completely different story. I am going to say this. The videos that I saw, I clearly saw Mayor Ras Baraka actually step outside of the gate. Everything was calm. There was, in my opinion, he wasn't even included with the people that were protesting. He was, standing amongst people because he said he was waiting for a press conference, and he'd already been there earlier in the day for the protesting. And this is somewhere that he went every single day to protest, this location, because he is the mayor of the city. And according to him, this detention center is not supposed to be open because there are certain regulations and certain, what do you call it when they come out? Inspectors. They're not letting inspectors in to inspect the facility, etc. So that is why he and his people that work for the city are showing up every single day to try to get into this facility. And then lo and behold, you have Congress members that came in town, and they were actually making some progress on that. So he was waiting for them to come out. Now, again, depending upon which media outlet you watch, you will either get the truth or some portions of the truth or a mixture of things. However, there will be a court proceedings because there have been some charges that were filed against him. And then also we are waiting to see, he's discussing with his legal team whether or not he's going to file some charges against the federal government for detaining him unnecessarily. What I really want to talk to you about, what we can all have a conversation about, is what does this mean? What is the real purpose behind the arrest of a mayor? Just like we saw just a couple of weeks ago, the arrest of Judge Hannah Dugan of Milwaukee. What is the reason behind this? And it's clear that these behaviors, these actions are to intimidate not only those individuals that are in leadership positions, but also us. It is to instill fear and to intimidate. And, as the average Joe, most people are going to think, well, oh my gosh, if they're not going to hesitate to arrest a judge or hesitate to arrest a mayor, they wouldn't think twice about arresting me. But the key thing that you have to keep in mind is we outnumber them. And I feel like so many people are losing sight of that because this administration and all the cronies and all the minions that are working with them and following them, they are loud, they are boisterous, they are angry, they are in your face. Just like they were in your face all the time during COVID. They are very much in your face and being aggressive and etc. But we outnumber them. We just need all you folks to wake up, and I don't want to use a party as an analogy, but we just need you to wake up and participate. We just need you to wake up and say, oh, I see what's going down. I see what's happening. I will not be intimidated. Where do I sign up? Where do I show up? Who do I need to call? Who can I email? Do I go to meet you in DC or do I meet you at my city hall? Like, we need everyone to show up. And because collectively, I've said this for months now, probably years now, collectively is how we win. Collectively is how we make progress. You can't have one group over here doing one thing and one group over here doing something different and expect the change that we all want to see, or expect the protection in this situation that we all want to see and that we all deserve. So this is pure actions to intimidate. They also are floating now that they're going to go after Democrats in Congress, that they wouldn't put it past, don't put it past them to arrest members of Congress, specifically Democrats in Congress. You had the new leader of FEMA. The new leader of FEMA, first of all, the meeting leaked. So number one, you've already failed. But number two, you're in front of the people that you expect and you want to perform for you, to work for you, and you're intimidating them, telling them, I am the only one who speaks for FEMA, and there's 20% of you in here that are going to want to do something different, and I will come after you. There will be retribution. I will shut you down. Just creating the most, what I imagine to be the most hostile work environment, because on day one, you're yelling at me from a podium that you are the only one that makes any decisions here, that says anything. And heaven help the rest of us if Mother Nature is not kind to all of us. This summer, this fall, when hurricane season moves into the fall, like, heaven help us if Mother Nature does not have pity on us, because there's a crazy person over FEMA now. They've already declined to give North Carolina any more funding. They've already declined to give Arkansas any more funding. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders was his press secretary in the first administration for a while. Do you all remember that? She's now the governor of Arkansas. He told her no. You can't have any more FEMA money. So if he tells her no, somebody who previously worked for him and is still kissing his ass and campaigned for him when he was on the campaign trail, what do you think he's going to say to California? What do you think he's going to say to New York if, God forbid, something goes down, or Illinois? Like, it's all an intimidation tactic, all intimidation. And you have to keep in mind that we outnumber them. All we have to do is come together as a collective and believe that we have the power to do what we need to do, to course correct where this country is going. If you noticed, when Mayor Baraka was being arrested, or they were trying to arrest him, how the Congress members surrounded him. They surrounded him, and the other people who were protesters, everybody was filming, and there were other people joining in to try to block these officers from arresting him for no reason, for no apparent reason. So that is what I'm talking about. When I say, when I move, you move, that's what I'm talking about. We move as one band, one sound, however you want to put it. But we all have to get on the same page, because individually, you cannot be protected. Separate, maybe a few people in your community, they're not going to be totally connected. Get to know your neighbors, get to know the people in your community, in your neighborhood, because you might have to call on them. You might have to depend on them to help save you. Now, we also saw here, I'm moving a little bit away from the mayor being arrested, but also just this week, we saw the woman in Massachusetts, how the ICE folks came after her. You could hear her daughter screaming. They threw the daughter to the ground. There was also a baby involved. So I think the child was the daughter's younger sibling, so the mom's baby. And so she took the baby from the mom when, the ICE people approached the mom, but she was yelling and screaming. But you saw that community still came out and they were trying to help her. They were trying to ask questions. They were trying to surround her with their body and try to protect her, at least, at the very least, the daughter and the baby. So it is what it is, folks. This is where we are. Unfortunately, I don't have any good news because I'm going to put this in a whole nother segment, how they're coming after the writ of habeas corpus. And I'm going to tell you what I believe is behind that as well. Like I've said in previous videos, it's going to get worse, unfortunately, before it gets better. But what is going to make it get better quicker is all of us coming together as a collective. That's how we protect ourselves. That's how we protect one another. If I'm protecting you and I'm protecting people in my community, I can anticipate if something was to happen, they're going to show up for me as well. So we protect each other through community, through coming together collectively. That's the only way we win. It's the only way we win.